Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I cannot believe I just found this while talking to you guys. Good morning. Happy Friday. It might not be Friday when you're watching this. Probably will not be. But it's Friday for me. And I have a very rare and exciting day ahead, which is, what's in the corner over there? Bag of junk I gotta go through. I have a very rare and exciting day of nothing. Not true, not fully true. I do have work I need to do, but this is the first Friday. Let me look at my calendar. It's the first Friday I have nothing on my calendar since, like, no due dates, no meetings, no travel, since December 30th. I did have therapy this morning at 10 a.m. I was considering canceling it just so I had a completely free day, but honestly, I usually feel better after therapy, and I figure I should probably talk to a real human at some point in the day. So other than that, I have nothing on the calendar. This is so weird. A lot of you, if you've been watching for a long time, you know that I would always do my CEO days on Fridays, which are calendar free days. They're open days for me to just check all the things off my list, you know, go deep dive my inbox, get back to people, send invoices, process invoices, and I just have not been doing that. And I'm just really excited, okay? I'm just really excited that we finally made it. I thought today I would do kind of an old school vlog. As you can see, I'm like makeup free, I'm super chill. I kind of miss that relationship that we had where I would just talk into the camera about what I was doing that day and see how you all were. So if you like this kind of thing, stay tuned. If it's not your vibe and you're looking for whatever else I'd be doing on this channel, then that's cool. You don't have to watch these. So let's talk about what I'm doing, because I do have to do a little bit of work. The first thing I do every Friday is I make sure that I get my newsletter sent out. So last night I got my podcast prepared. That goes out every Friday. So I got that uploaded, transcribed, thumbnailed, all the things. And then on Fridays, I send out a newsletter around it. I try to make sure I do that pretty much first thing. I try to make sure I get it before lunchtime, because I notice that Fridays, people tend to log off quite early, especially in the spring, summertime. I did this newsletter a little bit more storytelling style. I was talking about when I was working in corporate and how my boss would always ask me, what's the ROI of social media, and how it would make me feel very bad and terrified and scared because I didn't know how to answer that question. And then the other thing that I'm going to do for the podcast is timestamp it. I usually do this the night before, but it's been wild. I've had just like a really busy work life lately. Hello, it is 2:30 on a Monday. And I am having, I think, like my third cup of coffee of the day. I've done 1, 2, 3 coaching calls today, and I have 2 more to go. Let's see what we get into. I need to go over to the Freelance Friday Club. This is my membership community. If you didn't know, it's $200 for the year. You can join and get access to masterminds with me, which are basically Q&A calls with me and the rest of the group, co-working sessions. We might be starting a book club. That's one of the things I need to reply to. Just like a lot of cool things, and it's really affordable. It's the most affordable way to work with me directly. So anyway, I need to run over there and reply to some messages. I don't promise this by any means, but when I have extra time like this, I try to record video messages back to members. I just think it adds for a little bit more personal, personal touch. And it's also easier to just open Vidyard and start talking than like typing out my feelings sometimes. So gonna do that. What else is on my list? Oh, this one is fun. This is super fun, actually. I'm going to be speaking at a hospitality conference coming up here in a couple weeks, and I've never been asked this question, but I was asked for 3 songs. 1 for the dinner party that I'm gonna attend the night before, like a speaker party, 1 for the party part of the dinner party, and 1 for my entry song that I wanna walk on stage to. And I am a huge music lover, and so I was like, First of all, this is an amazing challenge. If you're watching, please take a second and comment what your 3 would be. I'm so curious to know, but this is hard. It's hard for me because I love so much music.
I wish I never met her. Hello. I'll take you dancing in the country.
And it's like how to choose my favorites or the ones, it's not my favorites, right? It's the ones that like other people are gonna like too. It's like putting together a wedding playlist. It's not really for you, like it's partially for you, but I don't wanna put all the niche like personal stuff. You gotta have stuff that will make people dance and be excited too. This is extremely challenging. I will let you know my final decision. I'm gonna actually put my headphones on while I'm doing this work and I gotta narrow it down. I gotta send it to him today, so. But let me know, please, 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 please. I wanna know yours. A new Sweet Green opened kind of near me, so taking the sort of day off to go do that sounded like a good idea. And I know you're dying to hear my song choices. I'm dying to hear yours. That was sarcasm. I know no one cares, but I made a playlist on Tidal and listened in the car, and I think I narrowed it down. For my hype song, I'm doing my favorite summertime country rap jam. We all love it. Good Times Roll. Jimmy Allen and Nelly. I was thinking of doing Roller Skate by Steel Pulse. That's like my new favorite hype song lately. It's a reggae song. It's from like the 80s, I think. But I'm like, it's a little niche. I feel like Good Times Roll is like good cheesy vibe, you know? Like people at conferences love that stuff. So that's that. Slow dinner song. Actually, I still haven't fully decided. At first I was gonna say Paris, Texas by Lana Del Rey from her new album, but I think Let the Light In with Father John Misty, also by LGR, is gonna be my choice. It's just a good, catchy one. It seems like a vibe. It's a very positive message. What I find is, first of all, I listen to a lot of weird music. I listen to a lot of depressing music. And then I listen to like music that people's dad would listen to. So I'm trying to find songs that have semi-positive messages. Speaking of, I wanted to walk in for my intro or entry song. I wanted to do Skydiving by Lights. She's one of my favorite artists. Then I was thinking about the lyrics and I was like, I think this is like about sex. And like maybe I'm overthinking it, but like maybe that's not the vibe. So I nixed that decision and I actually landed on Float On by Modest Mouse. I wanted to go with a song that was well known, you know, mainstream enough for people to bob their little heads along, be like, oh yeah, I like this tune. But I didn't want to do like, you know, Eye of the Tiger or something. This is delicious, by the way, if you're curious. Cheers. All right, I'm gonna be honest, there's always more work that can be done, but I'm gonna call it for the day. For like work stuff, I actually might film a video this weekend or something. We'll see how I feel. But I do wanna also do a lot of writing this weekend, and it is supposed to rain at least tomorrow, which I usually get my best writing done outside. I made it such a vibe out there. But since that's not gonna be possible, and just to be a normal human, I really need to clean up this little loft, like little library. I've got a bunch of books that like, they just still are not fitting on the bookshelves, so I need to either get rid of some or maybe pack some away in some boxes, so we can do that together. And I also can show you a couple of books that I got recently. A little book haul, shall we? I've never really done one. Also, this little table down here I'm obsessed with. Don't mind the stock photo in the picture frame. I saw it at World Market. It was on the floor and I was like, I really want that, but it's a little expensive. Let me just think about it. Do I really need to buy a table? Like, it's not necessary. And I just could not stop thinking about it. I was going to bed that night and I was like, I gotta go get that table. I need to go get it like tomorrow. Went out to get it and they were like, we don't have any in the back. This is the only one that's on the floor. Let me see if I can sell it to you. And I was able to get it at a super, super discount. Like, I paid less for this table than I would have paid for like a table at Walmart or IKEA or something. So I was just like, listen to your gut, Latasha, whatever. It's a silly thing, but I don't know. I'm not a big shopper. So whenever I feel like really called to buy something, I'm like, there's a reason. So I'm really excited about that. I think it translates really well because when you're walking upstairs, you kind of get more into this like light rattan, I think is the material that it's called. And then you come upstairs and that's what this little thing is too. It also has that, you know, rattan stuff and the lighter wood. So I like it as like a little transition piece. I think it's cute. All right, so quick little book haul. So I already told you about The Artist's Way. If you watched my last, it's like a Q1 recap video or something like that. I am going to be posting a little challenge in the Freelance Friday Club soon about that. It took me a little longer than I wanted, but it'll be up for May as sort of like a book club challenge, accountability kind of thing. But I also got the Artist's Way workbook. Now, both are not necessary if you want to do the course, I guess it's called. And honestly, I don't think this workbook is really necessary at all. But what's cool about it is you can actually write in here like the answers to your prompts. So I guess I'm pretty happy I got it if I'm going to be sort of facilitating a group that encourages people to do it, just because it'll be a little bit easier for me if I do calls or recap videos or even just text posts to like bust out my workbook as opposed to like, you know, reading through the entire whatever. I don't know. The other book that I got recently is this one, which is a classic. When was this published? 1985. I wasn't even alive yet. It's called The Secrets of Consulting. One of my friends, I'm a fellow member of an accountability group that I'm in, he mentioned this just in passing as we were talking about something. I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. It is so good. It is about consulting, coaching. Basically, it says it's a guide to giving and getting advice successfully. I haven't read this cover to cover yet, but I've skimmed through. Really, the last few chapters were the most helpful to me. How to be trusted, but most importantly, this one was honestly my favorite, chapter 14, getting people to follow your advice. Because one of the things that I sometimes find challenging, you know, whenever anyone's looking to me for advice, whether that's like a coaching client or a brand that's like a consulting client, they hire me to be their social media consultant and then they don't really listen. That can be really challenging for me. And like, I can take it personally. I can be like, what did I do wrong? I know this person's capable of doing XYZ. Why aren't they just taking action on it? And that chapter, so simple, so simple. There was one little thing he said in here that really was helpful. He shared this metaphor, I suppose, to planting seeds. The sixth point he made is, in spite of your best efforts, some plants will die. Right? We've all done that. We've all done everything right according to the instructions. We've done all the research and some of the plants just don't work out. And that's not necessarily our fault. That's not necessarily the plant's fault. It's just sometimes it just doesn't work. So I really recommend this. And then lastly, the last book that I bought recently is called Notes from a Public Typewriter, which is such a cool idea. I barely looked at this, but this is a book by a local bookstore. They're called Literati. And, ooh, they gave me a bookmark as well. In their basement, it's like a tri-level store, really beautiful. I love it. They have a typewriter down there and I always wondered what it was for. And I started following them on Instagram and realizing that you're allowed to type on it, type whatever you want. And they just read what the pages say and they published this book. It's just like a fun little local thing. I think I might put this on my coffee table downstairs. I think it'll be a good coffee table book along with like Humans of New York and some other fun little stories like that. So, well, I wasted enough time. Let's try to figure out what to do with, got pillows on here. My niece slept on this the last time she came over. She's small enough to fit on it. So yeah, I gotta clean up. All right, so I've got this little pile of books that I don't know what to do with. Ended up putting some additional books in here. Like I put workbooks, my coloring book, my coaching journal, and my Artist's Way workbook down there. I don't know, hopefully you can't see it when I'm filming. I'll have to test that out. And then I put some other ones here. These are ones that I'm like recently read this one, that one I've read a long time ago. Also this one I read a long time ago. Anywho, this one read, highly recommend if you don't know what you want to do with your life. I don't know. I could probably give this one away. I probably don't know how helpful this is. I gotta look at that one. This might be in the giveaway pile. And all of my Archie comics. These are not all of them. I actually don't know where all of them are. But these are a little handful that I had. I'll probably just put them in a bin somewhere. I I just don't want to get rid of them. I used to be obsessed. I had so many. I had like walls. Every time I'd go to the grocery store with my mom, she would let me pick one out. Because these are like, what, $2? $3.19? Maybe not every time, but a lot of times I would pick one out. And then these all belong downstairs. Coffee table book. This is a book that I picked up for my niece. I'll probably just give it to her like, I don't know, her birthday, Christmas, whenever I need a little gift to give her. And then I'm gonna get rid of these books. I don't know what this is. I got it, I don't even know where I got it from. But I'm not really into like decks and stuff. I don't know. I don't know how to do it, and it's not really my vibe. I don't even know where this came from. It's about Ingrid Bergman, but it's not really like a biography. It's really just like a picture book, and I'm not really into picture books like that. And then this one, I think I have a way better. Wow, there's just a check in here. Hold on. There's literally a check in this book. I'm sure it's been cashed already, but let's see what it is. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I cannot believe I just found this while talking to you guys. I have found some gems. Actually, let's go ahead and sit down and talk. Okay, let me bring out the other gems. This check that was in this book, in Unexplained Zodiac, random, September 29th, 2015, from my first video client, really the first client who ever paid me money to make a video for her, $750. I mean, that's a pretty good first rate, I'm gonna be honest. To be fair, like I'd done plenty of portfolio projects in college and stuff for obviously $0, but that's a pretty good rate. I can't believe I just found that. I think I need to like frame this. You know how like some restaurants and stuff will do their first $1? Well, when I was looking through other stuff, I also found these notes. So right after I quit my job in 2019, something like that, I went to this conference with my friend Leah, and it was called the Haven Conference, and they made us do, at the beginning of the conference, we did this like, in 10 years, I am, I feel, I have. I can't decipher, first of all, my handwriting or what I meant by this. I am biz is making 1 million a year. I am, like, first of all, Latasha, that's not an I am statement. That is maybe I am running a business that's making 1 million a year. I feel content, and I have a home at home plus time to travel. What I meant by a home at home is a home, I think, in my hometown. I was very homesick, and I'm gonna be honest, I still am. And then I found this. This was my first mastermind that I ever invested in with Hillary Rushford, who I still adore, I still love. This little workbook's really helpful, and it kind of encouraged me to do one of my own again. I used to do one for my coaching clients. I'll show you in a second. And I stopped doing it, but maybe I should do one for like the Freelance Friday Club members or something. We also have another 10-year statement. So this one I think I invested in when I was, must have been 2020. I'd owned property, done that. Ideally a house wherever my romantic relationship is, and an investment property in Kalamazoo. So and why? My why is family first, and I miss home. Haven't done that second piece yet. My business would be making $500K a year. Why? Because I want to budget for office space and 2 full-time employees. I don't have an office space or 2 full-time employees, and I don't know if I want those things anymore. I take 3 vacations per year. Definitely not the case, although I'm getting better. Why? Because I hustled in my 20s and it's time to chill. Heard that. My work is creative and inspiring. Why? Because I love to work and I want to be hands-on, but I don't want to live to work or lose my creativity. Ooh, fire. These things are really, I'm so glad I found these things because I need to keep these things in mind. Like that last point for sure is kind of what I'm feeling lately is I'm super grateful for everything, but I'm just in the mood where like, I just want to make stuff that's fun again. And also that hopefully you guys will enjoy watching, you know, and that'll be creative and fun for you. But I definitely had been feeling for a little while like I was losing my creativity, not even because anyone was like forcing me, but just because I felt this pressure to maintain, you know, what I was doing and maintain certain formulas. And it's like, whatever. That's why I'm vlogging today. It's just like, whatever. Whatever. I just feel like talking to the camera today. Like, let's bring that stuff back. And if, you know, only 100 of you watch, like, that's amazing. I don't know. So yeah, so I'm gonna find a box for these books. I'm definitely gonna frame this check or keep it somewhere. This is so cool that I found this.